But dude, like, I had to take a shit in the fucking at work today on the island. I went into the island today for work, and fucking dude, I had to take a shit, and fucking it was so hot, like my asshole, just the fucking rim. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god! But it's one of those washrooms where it's actually like a sink and everything all to yourself. You're like in a one person washroom, so I had to
Yeah.
get up off the seat and like water it, so it's like
Yeah.
cooled down, and then wipe it on my butt. Ah, dude, it's so awkward. And it's like
Oh, wait.
I wiped so many times, and like it's still like shit showing up.
But it's like a marker. It's like
Yeah,
wiping a
dude.
marker.
It's like, what the
Like
fuck is happening here?
what's it called? Did you were you oh fuck, this is so good, man. We should have fucking recorded this.
I'm
God
recording right
damn it.
now, bro. Don't worry.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Well, fuck me in the fucking butt. No, okay. Did you? Were you were in an individual stall with where had a sink?
No, like so the washroom we have at set up at work is like there's like an upstairs area to a like a cafe, and in the cafe there's two washrooms, like actual washrooms where you go in. There's a toilet, a vanity set, all that shit. So then you have your own
Okay.
personal space. So that's exactly what I was doing, man. I walked in, I fucking started taking a shit, fucking burning my asshole, and I was trying to do it
Oh
without like leaning over to the sink and trying to wet it. So I was like, oh, and I
yeah.
kept wiping, but like you said, it was like a fucking marker. It just kept coming brown, 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 brown. I'm like, fuck, man. So then I said, fuck it. I need the water. So I turned on the thing. It's one of the sensor ones. So I had to go like
Oh.
this and then wet the fucking tissue, and then I went like this. But when I wiped, it's like I missed the wet area and I went straight to the dry
To the
part, and
dry.
it did nothing. I was like, oh fuck.
Just
So I had to do it
scratched your
again.
ass a little bit more.
Exactly.
Oh fuck,
Yeah, because
man.
the paper towel worked too. It's always a fucking harsh, you know, that like it's like sandpaper almost.
Let's just. I'm gonna go dive a little bit deeper into hot
Yeah,
snakes.
yeah, yeah.
So do you experience like the feeling like your ass is throwing up and dry heaving, like where it's like so when I eat hot like spicy food, it's like it wants to shit more,
Yeah.
but there's nothing left. And it's just like and there's nothing coming out, but it feels like there's fucking it's
Yeah, dude.
shooting fire.
Yeah, man. Like it
Oh,
just feels like more wants to come out and you're like pushing, but then it's just burning and nothing is happening.
nothing's
And then
happening.
I'm like, fuck. So then that's why like I cool it down by just, you know, I figure if I put something cold and wet and I wipe it, then at that point, you know, it'll relieve it and say, oh, okay, you know what? I am done. I am done.
Yo.
Let's just call it a day.
You know what they got that there might be $1 million idea here in that to develop something where you relieve the asshole of hot snakes, where you're like you wipe and it's like
Yeah.
almost like aloe vera
Yeah.
or like a calamine or something that just
It's
it
like,
provides
yeah.
relief,
It's
you
like
know,
fucking
like
like Vicks Vapor Rub.
yeah,
That
but for
shit
your
would
butt.
fucking burn, dude.
Oh fuck, man. That adds to it. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
minty. Fuck. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
dude.
I mean, are we so we've already started recording.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes in, bro.
God.
You gotta do the
Well,
intro
guess
already.
what? I'm gonna do the intro. Welcome to Crapper's Delight, where we talk about shit so you can just sit.
There you go.
Okay, I
There you
don't
go.
fucking know.
There you go.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
man.
getting back to shits. Getting back to shit topics. There was a topic I wanted to ask you about and like get your opinion on this because like I know that everyone goes to like a public washroom and they have like their ritual. They're like okay, the thing that makes like makes them feel comfortable enough to fucking lay a load down, right? So what's your ritual for like
Right,
public
dude.
shitting?
When I go into like the public restroom, right, and I only go public restroom when there's like no other option, no other choice, and I'm like, you know what? I just there's no way I have to do it here. So when I first walk in, like I check. Like the first things I do is I like to check to see what type of stall I'm dealing with, right? Because
Mm.
I like for me personally, I don't like the stalls where you can see people's feet, like underneath feet.
Okay.
I don't
Feet.
like those ones. And then
3 feet.
yeah, exactly. I prefer the ones that it's a door from top to bottom. From the
Yeah.
ceiling to the ground, it's fucking
Yeah.
covered. Like those are, I feel more safe in those ones. But yeah, I check the scenario first just to see, what are my surroundings, like what am I dealing with, what kind of stall situation, am I gonna
Now,
have to go in the handicap or not,
yeah. Now, is would that like would the stall setup make or break whether you have to shit, whether you're gonna shit then and there or no?
It depends
Or
on
you just
how.
like
Yeah, go
it
ahead.
just makes it a better experience
It
or
just makes it
whatever.
a better experience. It gives me more. I guess I can feel more relaxed when I feel like when
Ah,
I'm in those private stalls, I can just like let loose and be like, like if I have to make noises, I'm okay making noises, and I don't have to be all conscious about it and stuff. And then when I see the ones where you can see people's feet, I'm like, you know what, like this is gonna be a horrible experience. Let's get in, get out, let's go. Like
yeah.
no fucking around.
It's
We
a
just got to get the fuck out. So
rapid fire,
yeah,
as they say.
exactly. Yeah,
Rapid
man.
fire.
So what I do is I start making like I pull up one strip at a time, right? So I pull
Okay.
out like long sheets and I pull them out one at a time, and then I put them strategically so that it's like building. You ever build like those houses like out of like what do you call it, popsicle sticks?
Yes.
Like back in the day,
I
and you have to put
I
like
kind of
one.
like
Yeah, and
yes.
then you do
Yeah.
that, right? So what I do is I
Yeah.
put one on the side first, one in the front, and then one on this side, and then another one on the back where your butt goes, and then
Okay.
repeat the
Okay.
step, and I do about maybe three, and
Three layers.
if I have time, maybe four, right?
Okay.
And then I put at least four layers down, and then I like rumple up some more tissue, right, into my
Yeah.
hand, and then I fold them into like little pieces. So I'll probably make like two stacks or two, like like fucking guns out, guns blazing, and I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fucking I sit there like
In your
this.
in your holsters, like underneath your arm, warm them up a little.
Exactly. And then I just sit there. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good idea. I'm gonna do that next time, man. Just warm them up. Yo, dude, I've
Aw.
never thought of that. It's like those hot paws, like those
Oh yeah, there you
those
go,
warmers,
man.
those glove warmers, right?
I'm
Yeah,
helping you out,
exactly.
man.
So I sit there and I get ready. I do my business, and then after that, fucking bang, bang. Yeah, hopefully it's done in two. But if it's a thick marker, then I'm like, oh, gotta do that again. Do that one more
Oh
time.
shit, man.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
okay, okay.
But that's my routine, man. How about you? What's yours?
Oh, mine's elaborate city, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I personally don't give a shit whether I'm like whether I see people. I actually kind of like I'm a fucking like I'm a dirtbag. Like I actually prefer like if people are there because I think it's a funny thing. Like like when you're when you're beside someone and they're shitting because like their pants are by their ankles, like their
Yeah,
feet are moving,
yeah.
they're going through the throes, right?
Well, in a
So
dude's washroom, if someone's in the
yeah.
stall, you know already
Oh
what they're
yeah.
doing in
Oh
the
yeah.
stall. It's not like women where it's like they can kind of hide it between the two, right? But no,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't give a shit. Like whether like I think it's just funny. Like but I know that like you know that you're in a classier joint when they think of those things because there are
Yeah,
people who are like a little bit like they have like a thing about like wanting a little bit of privacy,
yeah,
especially like in that like it's like uh, it is an intimate moment, like
yeah.
so it's I get it, right? But I personally like I think it's funny. Like I used to care, like when I was a kid, right? Obviously, like is it you don't want to be the kid fucking shit. Well, I can't even say that. I was even in high school. I was like fucking kind of like sadistic. I'd show people my shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's another story for another day. So I don't personally care about like I just I I do always look up and look down to make sure that there's no fucking camera like recording me
See,
shit.
that's
And
so weird because you say you
even if
don't
there
care.
was,
You say you don't care,
no,
but
but
yet
even
you.
if no, even if there was, I would still continue to shit. I wouldn't be like,
Yeah,
yeah, I would just be like, oh fuck, you're gonna. I mean, fuck, we started this podcast, so like
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
really comfortable with talking about shit.
Yeah,
So I get in there. Usually, if I have the wherewithal, thank you. Shout out to my wife for giving me that word wherewithal.
yeah,
The sense in a advance
yeah,
to wet a toilet like wet like at least one bundle of like toilet paper. But if I'm in a you know in and out situation like guns blazing situation, then whatever, like I'll dry dog it, as they say.
yeah, yeah.
But usually I'll uh, I'll I'll lay a nest down like you, but how I do it is I only create like a V because like
Okay.
my ass doesn't. I don't put my ass all the way back.
Yeah.
So like usually like you know it covers like a third of the toilet,
Yeah.
which is like all I really need, right?
Yeah.
But I'll just spin it so like I'll get like 4 layers or whatever 5 layers, and I'll create a V. I'll also do a silencer in the toilet, so I'll put a little bit of tissue in the toilet, so like there's no
Oh,
splashback,
nice.
right?
That's actually
Right?
smart. That's smart, dude.
Yeah,
I like that. I'm gonna take
and
that too.
it doesn't when it hits the water, it's like it doesn't make that boom
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know exactly. Yeah, that's actually smart, man. I never thought of a silencer, yo. That's sick.
so the one caveat of that is like if you put too much or like there is it can be problematic because it also makes your shit float and stay above the water,
Yeah,
which
the
this
smell.
like it's a steaming
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
shit
yeah,
on in the air,
yeah.
so it's like
Exactly. Yeah, the smell, the
it's
aroma.
funk town, right?
Yeah,
So you gotta kind of only put like 2 or 3 layers.
yeah,
You play by ear,
yeah. Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
And then I also put in men's stalls, I don't know if it's the same in women's. There's like a cutout on the seat, right?
yeah.
And usually like there's like a space there. I think it's for your dick to like
I have no idea,
proper
to be
like
honest.
I
Yeah,
honestly have no
I
idea
have
what the
no
fuck
idea
that's
why it does
for.
that.
But I also put like a layer of toilet paper there
Yeah,
just in case my dick grazes, like
yeah,
you know what I mean, like
yeah, yeah.
accidentally grazes the
Yeah, man.
fucking rim. And
Yeah, because
I'm
you're
safe.
packing. You're packing, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
packing fucking shrimp. Packing some prawns, as they say. But so yeah, so like I'll lay that down, and then like I said, if I have the thought ahead of time, I have like a wet one
Yeah,
that kind of I'll do majority of the wipe with that, and then clean up and dry off with
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the next, and then sometimes like I'll flush, and hopefully if done correctly in the right way, the flush will actually pull all the tissue paper in.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
just if it's a strong enough is
yeah.
if it's a
Like
strong enough
suction.
flush, then it'll
Yeah,
suck it all in,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
sometimes it's not, and you have to like whatever.
yeah.
But
I usually
yeah,
kick it in. By then, if the nest is still sitting on the thing, I just kick it in with my foot. Try to push it
yeah,
in. But yeah, I look for that same thing. I actually like sometimes I strategically put the first tissue I put in. A bit of it is sitting in the toilet already, so it's in the
yeah,
water, and then I put
yes,
the layers on top. So then when I actually flush, it actually pulls everything all in one
yes,
shot. And when it does it, it makes me feel so good. I don't
yeah.
know why. It's so
You're like
satisfying. It's like, yeah, it's
it's
clean.
it's kind of like it's like a no wiper, man. It's like
Yeah.
like there's no trace.
Yeah.
It's like you have thought of everything so that this thing is like this shit was perfect. And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like there's definitely a sense of satisfaction after
Satisfaction.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
What about shit stories, man? What's like the grossest thing you've ever heard?
Uh, for shit
Yeah,
stories.
not necessarily yourself. It could be like anyone, anything online you've heard, or anyone from stories of other people you know.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I need a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I need to percolate because I've heard like some pretty
All right.
gross ones,
Let's
but
go
like
back to that
okay,
one then. Let's go.
you
Let's go
no
back
you
to this
you
again.
I want you. I know you got something. I actually we've talked about this, and I know the story that you're gonna tell, and it's a great one.
Well,
It's
hey,
a
let's share it with the people then, so everyone else hears it, right?
give them what they want.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, as you do, you go on Instagram, you get in one of those Instagram tunnel type things where you're just like just scrolling through and you're just watching video after video. And now I don't know about your algorithm, but my algorithm now is either videos of people talking about work, videos of dogs, kids getting hit in the nuts. And now it's just filled with just nothing but like poop and like poop related things and poop stories now. Like this is like
Perfect.
the level that it's gotten to. So the one story that I heard and I was like, man, it's so gross. I told Boy about this, and it's this woman writing into a podcast, and she's like saying, let me know if anyone else does this as well. And essentially, what she's saying is when she takes a crap, I don't know if it's, I don't know why, but she says that she always finds herself a little, wet, a little moist in the front region. So what she actually does is when she takes a crap and she feels that wetness, what she wants to do is try to get rid of it. So like a bidet almost, but she doesn't have a bidet. So what she does is she dabs the front of her, uses the moistness, and then continues to wipe all the way from front to back. So it's like so gross.
Oh
So
my
like
god.
imagine she has like a yeast infection and then she
Oh,
spreads that into her butt.
oh, cottage
That's so
cheese and
gross. That's
Nutella.
so gross, dude. I can't. I don't know. Your wife was with us, and then also like one of our other friends. She was in town visiting, and we brought this story up to them, and both their faces are just like,
Oh, fucking just they were fucking they're about to gag. I could tell. They're like, I just like they were asking, "Are you serious?"
dude, yeah, it was on this fucking thing that I saw again. I just saw just going through that whole Instagram tunnel vision thing, and that was one of the videos. I wish I saved it. I should have forwarded it to you when as soon as I found it. You could have
fuck.
put it on our stories on Instagram. That would have been hilarious too. But yeah, man, really
Oh,
gross.
okay. You know what? I actually remember hearing a story. It's a kind of sexual in nature, so kids, cover your ears.
Imps.
I hope I tell this right, and I hope it hits the mark. But so there was a guy. Sorry, there was a girl on a forum about shit talking or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, like like I went on a date with this guy, and and we go back to his place and start to fool around, and she realizes she has to take a shit, right? And like she's like, okay, like fuck, like what am I gonna do? She's stressing out, and it's pretty. It's like one of those like immediate shits, right? So
Yeah.
she's like thinking like, fuck, oh my god, like what am I gonna do? And it gets to the point she holds it, and eventually she fucking she just shits herself, right? She just like fucking just shit, like tried to let off a little bit of steam, and whatever it may be, like she shit herself, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like I shit myself or whatever. And the guy's like, oh, like like yeah, it's fine. Just leave your stuff here, like go on and get cleaned up. Like I'll deal with this. I'll like like I don't want you have to worry about it. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's good or whatever. So she goes to the bathroom and she cleans up, takes a shower, and whatever. She comes back out and she finds the guy covered in her shit, and is like, "Yo, let's fuck," right? Like, right? And so like she's like, "What the fuck?" Like in the forum, she's like, "What the fuck?" Like whatever. And a week or two goes by, and uh, she gets a response on her forum. She's like, "Oh my god, I I think I've dated the same guy,
Oh,
right?
God.
And this exact same thing happened to me. Like it's whatever." And then I think it was like a week later or something like that. There's another response on it,
Yeah.
and there's another girl, and she's like, "Dude, I think uh I just went on a date with the same guy,
Yeah.
and I found him putting laxatives in my fucking
Oh
in my
my
in my
god.
food or
Yeah.
my drink or whatever." And then it turns out like he was doing this
On
to like fucking
purpose.
to get
Dude,
off,
that's
right?
so
It's so fucked up, man.
gross.
Like that's the most fucked up shit. Like if
Dude.
this is real, like goddamn, like this.
Yeah.
Oh
Well, I
man.
mean, you've seen like back in the day. Remember that two girls in one cup video?
Oh.
Did you ever watch
Oh
it?
yes. Oh my god. And I fucking showed it to so many people. Like so
I
fucking
love
many.
how happy
Oh
you were when I asked you, "Have you ever watched it?" Like, yes.
yes, I have.
Dude, I tried to
Then
watch it, man. Like, I watched probably up to like the part where they started drinking it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done.
oh,
I'm done, dude. I'm done." So gross.
but it looked like fucking. I felt like it was fake. I felt
You
like they were
felt
actually like
because
they they put
Yeah.
like chocolate
Yeah.
flavored ice cream up their butts, pumped it up there, and but then I'm thinking like if that's the case, it would be cold and it would melt and it would be diarrhea. So they, I don't know, like, but it was so fucking. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
dude.
I just have flashes of like them just
Yeah.
ah.
Like, you hear like, you hear like different sex positions and stuff, and they like give it names, like the Dirty Sanchez, or like the
Yeah.
Poltergeist and stuff, or the fucking what's the
What's the poltergeist? Wait, hold on. What's the poltergeist? This is a good. This is a good.
hold on, but
Okay, yeah,
we're talking about shit stuff. The
yeah, of course,
poltergeist,
yeah,
poltergeist is where like you're going at it, you're doing the girl from behind, and then
yeah.
while you're doing it, like the girl doesn't look at you or whatever, she's just looking forward or whatever, and you're just fucking her. Then all of a sudden you switch with your homeboy, and then your homeboy is continuing to fuck her, and she hasn't turned around yet. And then you walk by, or not, is it the poltergeist or something? I forget. But anyways, yeah, you walk by the window, and you're like, hey. You look at her and you're like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, what the fuck?
Wait, who the whole bait and switch? Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Had nothing
okay.
to do with shit.
Okay. I'll bring it back to shit.
Yeah.
You've heard of what is that called? There's one where they
Cleveland steamer.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland
That's what I was gonna say.
steamer.
That's what I was gonna say. I was
Oh,
gonna say next, like the Cleveland steamer, like things like you hear about all these different sexual things, and you think, oh, it's funny, like the poltergeist. Like, come on, like, are you really gonna have like your homeboy, unless you're fucking some random girl, like, but is someone really gonna do the that fucking move or whatever? And then then you think of things like Cleveland steamer, how people are into that type of stuff, and that's why these two girls in the one cup. It's like, oh man, it's so gross.
okay. So have you heard of the glass bottom boat?
No, what's that?
Okay, it's where you you put saran wrap on your face,
Yeah.
and they shit on your
Oh,
face like from a high point, and then just
oh
watch it
God.
fall on your face. Oh fuck,
Dude, I
man.
don't know, man. Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, man, like, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how you could do that, because, like, all right, I don't want to get too personal. Fuck it. I don't want to
Oh,
go down this
yeah.
avenue. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this.
We might have to. And now a word from our sponsors.
Exactly.
This is hitting too close to home. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Uh,
I think we're gonna do a little topic switch
yeah,
here.
exactly. Let's switch
Switcherooey.
this up.
A topic.
We were about to get
switcherooey.
real for a second. I just realized, wait a minute.
We will save it for another.
Yeah.
another-
Until
a
this,
little
until this story
Once
that I
it- once-
have, this story I have, I'll probably say it once. We're making millions off this podcast. Okay, so if
Yeah,
we're making
yeah.
millions off this podcast, and I'm no longer
You-
working where I work, by all
Okay.
means, I'll tell this
Let-
story.
let's benchmark this
Yeah.
as if we hit 1 million followers.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
right now, if we hit 1 million followers, we get this story.
Yeah.
Would you
yeah.
do it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
If we get a
Okay,
million,
well,
dude, there's gonna be tons of stories coming out.
Okay. If we get it, okay. If we get 1 million, I'm gonna hopefully I remember exactly the story that I'm thinking about in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe by you telling your story,
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, that's the story.
Mark this right now as millionth
Million.
follower story. Like that's where this
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Speaking of like the Dirty Sanchez and this and that, whatever. What are your top ways of I guess slang for shit or like
Slang.
yeah, like
It's
words
just well, these are like work ones, right? So it's always the typical, I gotta drop the kids off at the pool, like
Yeah.
things like
Those are
that.
the safe for SFWs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the safe
okay.
for work ones, right? And then what else is there? Yeah, drop the kids
I-
off at the pool. Go ahead.
I like this is a bad one, but it's funny to me.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't even say it, man. It's so racist, bro. Like, should I say
Oh,
it?
shit. I don't know. This
It-
might be another millionth
so-
follower. Fucking- you have a
So-
barber shop. You can say whatever you want.
I know, but like, okay, it was just funny. No, fuck, I don't know. Okay, we'll wait for the millionth on that one.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That
Hopefully-
mark it again. Millionth.
Okay, how about this? I'll say this. I don't want to say it now because, especially because it's racist.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna say it, and I have
Shit.
laughed at it in the past, right?
Yeah.
But fuck, I'm nervous, man. I'm actually nervous to say it. Should I
let's
say
just
it?
hold it. Let's just hold it.
No, okay. Oh god.
We don't even
No,
have one
no,
follower yet. Like our followers are my son and my other Instagram account.
I think me. I think I don't even think I'm following it. Oh shit.
You're like, I'll
Okay.
never follow that racist podcast.
Fuck. Okay. Dookie. That's a good one.
Dookie, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bombs, dropping bombs, Oh man, I'm
Um.
trying to think of more.
Yeah. Like. Okay. Let's just try like shit.
Yeah.
Poo poo.
Poop.
Poops. Turds. These are
Eh.
kind of like these are lame, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want like
man.
a good way of like number two.
Yeah.
That's what Michelle says. Um,
Oh,
crap,
my buddy,
obviously.
my buddy at work, because he's like us or like me as well. Like we try to find like nice washrooms wherever we are, and
Yeah.
he's recently gone to the Royal York. So now he calls his shits Royal Yorks. He's like, "Yo, I gotta take a massive Royal York," and he just like walks away.
Oof,
uh,
that's a good one.
yeah,
Royal York, and it's personal too. It
yeah,
sounds prestigious, right?
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like,
Yeah,
yo, I'm gonna
I
go
gotta
for a
get
Royal
Royal York.
York.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
what is that? A
Yeah.
cigarette? Is that a cigarette
Is
brand?
that
Or
a
is it,
beer? What is that? Is that a
um,
whiskey?
fuck, I
God
can't
damn.
even think of any good ones now. Now that I'm on the spot,
Yeah, yeah.
like, fuck, I was thinking about them earlier, and I was like, oh man, these are some good ones, some
Oh,
bangers.
fuck,
But
dude.
like, fuck, I don't know, shit, I don't know, shits. Okay, you know what? Actually, this is a good uh topic. Um, what is what in your recollection? What is the best place you've ever taken a shit? Or like, not doesn't have to be the best, but off the top of your head, what comes to mind as being a really good shit experience? Like, where was it?
The best is which washroom? I'm trying to think of the location, but it was like one of those chain restaurants, like a Moxie's or something like that. But
Okay.
essentially, it's exactly the way I mentioned it, where the fucking door was like from ceiling to floor, and it was a clean washroom, and it had the fucking what do you call it? The toilet seat cover, toilet seat cover. What the fuck am I talking about? What
Yeah.
do you call that thing? Toilet seat cover. It's like
It covers the seat of the toilet.
exactly, yeah. So they had that too, and like, yeah, dude, it was so fucking. It was nice. It was comfy. You
Hmm.
know.
I think the best one was probably in the hotel that I was staying at in Japan.
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons, like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have bidets like
Oh fuck yeah.
everywhere, and it had the top of the line,
Yeah.
ass blower. The light fucking turned on when you stepped in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was floor to ceiling doors, like
That's
the whole
crazy.
nine. There was the ass dryer.
Yeah.
There's obviously like a bidet,
Was this like a
and the
public washroom though, or is this like the hotel
public.
washroom?
It
Like the
was a hotel washroom, but it was like like it was a
like the
public.
lobby, like the
The
lobby of the
lobby,
washroom.
yes, yes,
Wow. Yeah.
yes, yes. And the the buttons weren't on the toilet; they were on
Yeah.
the wall, so you didn't have
Oh,
to like
that's
do the
dope.
whole
Yeah.
look behind,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
fiddle with the nozzle. There's no nozzle. It was like everything was like had a nice sound to it. It's like
Yeah.
ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding.
It makes your whole
Fucking
shitting
pitch.
experience so much nicer, right? When there's nice
Oh
sounds
yeah,
and shit. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
exactly, and that's
Yeah,
why
man.
like, man, even just going to Japan just for like the shitting experience, man, it's worth it. But like, obviously, there's a lot more to experience in Japan. But
Yeah.
man, it just you could take a dookie. Like that's what I find with bidets is like you feel as fresh as you did when you took a shower.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like the most dirty spot on your body
Yeah.
is your ass,
Yep.
is your asshole, and that's the part that you're most. It's that and then armpits,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you could deal with both in a nice washroom. Right? Like you just
Yeah,
scrub out like the fucking, your
yeah, dude.
fucking
Ever since a
scroll your
bidet,
asshole.
man, like I can't picture it. I can't picture it anymore. Like like taking a shit and then wiping with tissue and then walking around. Like I can't picture that anymore because it's like I just feel so gross. And
Yeah,
before the bidet, I thought, no, I don't want water shooting up my ass. That's so
yeah.
fucking like no, that's so weird. Like I don't want that feeling. And then the first time like my parents were the ones that actually got a bidet first in our family, and they're
Mhm.
like boasting about it, like, oh, it's so nice and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, I'm like, there's no way water shooting up your butt is gonna feel nice. And they're like, try it. I'm like, fine. So I tried it out, and then I felt the little stream just go up, and I was like, I was like, that feels so
Mhm.
good.
Uh, mhm. Uh-huh.
I was like, wow. And then after, like, it just felt so right. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know how I was doing this before. Like,
You feel like you're in the fucking Stone Ages when you're fucking.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like that's why I hate using public washrooms. And now, as much as possible, if I have to go, like I try and hold it till I get home because my
Yeah.
experience at home is gonna be much better than it is like going to a public
Shitting.
washroom. Yeah,
Yeah.
until I find a washroom that has a bidet in it, like oh man, like I'd love to see one of those in North America.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
good washroom that has a bidet, and then you don't have to worry about stuff like that. I don't know why they don't install them at all.
I we don't have one at the shop, the barber shop, but
Yeah,
I'm definitely thinking about investing in one.
dude.
Definitely,
Yes. Oh, dude.
because
If you do,
we have.
I'm taking one in
You know
your
what?
shop all the time.
Hold on, boy. I came
Exactly.
30 minutes early for a reason.
Exactly.
Uh, but the thing is, like, we used to have a bidet, but it was like one of those like handle ones that you
Yeah.
kind of have to aim, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not the vibes right
The
now.
other one that I got, it's just a handle at the side. You just turn it to the right, and then water shoots out. And all it is just like an insert. You just put it, lay it like you remove the seat itself.
Oh yeah,
Then you
that's what
lay
we
it
have at
down.
home.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just like
that's
that.
the one
Yeah,
we have at home.
yeah, man. It doesn't have
But
to be heated or like all those like fancy stuff. Like
no,
just just something basic, man.
just a little bit of H2O
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah, but I
Okay.
won't kid you, man. That fucking seat warmer, oh, dude, game changer, man. Like it's so
Hmm.
nice. Like especially early morning, especially now that the weather's getting colder.
Yeah.
Early morning, like you just get up, you're like, oh, I gotta take a shit, and you gotta get up, get ready for work. You're already in a bad mood, but as soon as you sit on that seat and it's all warm, you're like, ah,
Yeah. You
yeah,
don't have that apprehension of like the cold seat.
yeah, yeah,
It's like that shit'll wake you up real fast,
yeah,
man.
man,
But
yeah,
like you're still comfy if you're got a warmed
yeah,
up seat.
exactly,
It's nice to follow, like, as bad as it is to sit in the stew of like shit smell,
yeah,
following. But like if Michelle goes into the bathroom, takes a piss
yeah,
before me,
yeah,
and the seat's warm, oh
yeah.
man, I feel good.
Feels
It
nice,
feels
right?
nice.
Yeah, dude, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
shit comes out a little faster, just that little bit faster.
Helps
So.
loosen that up,
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah. Oh, there's no shock where you're like your sphincter kind of
Yeah.
tightens up. No, nope. Gotta gotta warm that seat up,
Yeah,
buddy.
man.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck,
dude.
man. Do you ever Okay, this is a. I don't know if you're gonna answer this question. I'm gonna answer it. I
All right.
I don't really care, but like, do you ever let do you ever let it irrigate the system? Like
Okay.
leave it on for a little longer, just kind of. You
To
know
get
what I'm
that
talking
hole.
about?
Get the hole.
Yeah,
I try and get in the hole. I try and shoot that. When you're
loosen up the. Just,
when you go to the CNE and you play that water gun game, the shooting gun, and you try to get it right in the target. Yeah, I try.
yeah.
I try sometimes
Oh
just to get in there.
no, but like, what I'm saying is like, if you have like if you practice like yoga and meditation and stuff like that, there's a way to kind of like
Oh, I see
loosen
what you're
up the
saying.
butt hole to kind of like open up and it just gets in all the
Oh, dude.
crevices and
No,
just
I don't know how to do it. That's the
gently
thing. If I knew, I'd probably try. Right?
just let yourself
Relax.
just relax. Let the stream of water do its magic. You're gonna be like this. You know that feeling of when you first use the bidet
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, right? This is like, oh, oh, get in there, clean it, come on.
The water
But
starts coming out of your mouth.
me on my nose. It's clean. But the only thing is, if you do that, I guess like for whenever I've done it, right? It
Yeah,
fucking it leaves a big fucking I guess because it's like it's doing like kind of like this and
it's like a
like
yeah.
cleaning everything out and it just like shit's like Michelle will get pissed at me because like she's like, how does shit get on this part of the toilet? Like, why is there shit on this part of the toilet? Did you fucking like what did you do to do that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why there's poo right there. And I was like thinking about it. I'm like, only that might be it. And then I tried it. I was like, okay, let it get in there
Yeah.
and irrigate the system. And then I look back and I'm like, oh, that is it. So you gotta like, I don't know if it's necessarily good
Yeah.
because like, like it shouldn't be doing that. Like you shouldn't be like
There's,
having to clean the
there's,
toilet every single
you're like, there's
right.
something wrong with me. There's
There's something
something
wrong.
definitely wrong with me.
That should have been a million. That should have been a million followers. Well, Graphics Delight,
There
ladies
you
and
go.
gentlemen.
There you go.
The Wrap Out Delight. That's what we do here. We
Dude,
fucking embarrass our shit. Oh my god. Oh,
yeah.
well, whatever. It is
Fuck.
what it is. I ain't.
Yeah. No, I
I.
mean, yeah. I'll regale a story that I've told like many people. So I mean, this is for the people I've never talked to me before, don't know my stories. But like there's this time. It was just like a really fucking cold day, and my wife, she was pretty close to going into labor. And we were, just relaxing at home, whatever. And then she's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be due today or whatever, but it's not coming. We're like, all right, fine. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed then. So I go to sleep, and then I had some weird dreams. I forget what I was dreaming about. Then all of a sudden I get a shake, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? She's like, oh my god, like it's happening, like right now. We gotta go. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, what's happening? Let me grab the baby bag and let me grab all this stuff. And we pick up our son at the time. He was only like, he's young, and then we grabbed him, put him in the car, and we start driving. And then our doctor was like maybe 40 minutes away from where we lived, or the place that she was going to give birth. So I'm like, oh my god, freaking out. I'm like, let's go, we gotta go. And we start driving down the street, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, like she's having contractions beside me. She's like breathing fast, whatever, doing all that shit. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, oh my god. And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts. She's like, oh my god. And she's like breathing, oh, I'm going to labor soon. And I'm like, okay, can you hold it? Can you hold it just for a second? And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta take a shit real bad. And she's like, okay, I guess. She's like holding her stomach while she's like breathing. She's like, yeah, I guess, whatever.
The head. She's holding the head up,
pushing it back in.
Get in there.
Yeah,
that's not ready.
I was like, fuck. So I pull over at a gas station. Again, this is like 2 o'clock in the morning. I pull into the gas station and I see like the door, and I run to the door, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like holding my ass, and I'm running. And I get to the door and I try to open it, and it won't let me open it. And I'm like, and I ran. You know how they have that window by the cash register? So I ran to that window, and I'm like, hey man, I gotta use the washroom. And he's like, nope, we're closed. And I'm like, dude, I gotta go. It's an emergency. And then he's like, no, we're closed. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm gonna shit myself. So I'm like, fuck it. So I ran to the side of the gas station. There's like a bunch of trees and shit, and I fucking just whipped down my pants and I just start shitting, like crazy. And I had no fucking wipes, no nothing. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? So I just grabbed the underwear I was wearing while I'm putting it on to put them back on, and I wiped it as I'm putting my underwear on, and then I put it on. So I'm sitting.
What the fuck?
Don't ask me again. Baby's coming. I fucking gotta think quick. I don't got time to take off my pants and throw out my fucking underwear. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. And then fucking I get back in the car, and then we start driving, and then I'm like getting to the hospital. I'm looking at her. I'm like, I'm so sorry, it smells. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, it smells. And she's just like, she's like trying to breathe her contractions, but at the same time, she doesn't want to breathe her contractions because it's like breathing in shit smell. We get to the hospital. I'm like, my God. And then they're like, okay, we'll have a room for you ready in a minute. Go to the waiting room there. So we go to the waiting room. I'm like, babe, I gotta go to the washroom to take care of this mess. Like, I gotta fucking do something. So then she's like, okay, go. And then I went to the washroom. I fucking take off my underwear, use the rest of it to wipe my ass, use the toilet tissue from the washroom to wipe my ass, and I just threw it in the garbage. And I walked out of the washroom. And then when I walked out, she was gone. She was already going into the labor room to give birth.
Yeah.
I had to fucking run down the hall.
No underwear. Dick
Exactly.
just fucking just free as a bird.
It's free as a bird.
Fucking
Dude.
hitting the sides of your fucking your thighs. Ah!
What happened? I was so warm.
It smelled like shit, but like
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. So
Oh my
that was
God.
that was a really bad one.
Okay, so just for our listeners, here's a hack, and we'll leave you with this, I guess, as our final goodbye. In Jay's situation, right? Like, and I've been in this situation many times where like
Yeah.
you obviously don't have like you don't have like tissue paper or like whatever, and you only have what's on your person. There's a hierarchy in which you can discard things
Mhm.
off your person
Yeah.
that will, help you out in a situation. I would rank underwear probably third. Maybe depends on if it's already soiled. If you fucking turtled it, the turtle kissed the fucking
Yeah.
kissed the parchment paper. You know what I mean? Like you fucking
Yeah.
boop, just a little
Yeah.
fucking little skitty do. If that happens,
Yeah.
your underwear is not trash, but like there's little you can do to save it for that
Yeah.
moment. You're gonna be sitting in shit. But I'd say first thing to go is probably my pockets. Like
Pockets.
I'll rip my pocket out of my pants.
How the
Try
fuck
to
can you
rip it.
rip your pockets out? Is that how strong you
It's
are
it's
when you got
it's
shit?
incredibly easy. It's incredibly
Get the
easy.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, man.
How are you ripping your pockets? Don't do it now. Don't
You
do
want
it
me to do it?
now.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it if you want me to. It's you just fucking yeet it. You just gotta take it,
Yeah.
take the fucking pocket, and you just yeet it. You gotta rip it from this side, not
Yeah.
this side.
Yeah.
You rip it from this side. And you just and trust me, it comes out faster than you think. And you have two of them, right? So you have two. Okay, so you have
What about the back?
two.
Back
You have
pockets? No.
two. Yeah, no, I
No,
think
it's
you
hard.
can, but like, but you're
Yeah,
gonna
you're exposed after.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. So like you don't know, but you can operate your day without a pocket, no
Yeah,
problem,
yeah.
right? So that's first thing to go. Second thing, if you have the time, or you know, or thought, or not even thought, but like if you are able to balance, I guess
Yeah.
your socks.
Yeah.
Socks, second, number
I was
two,
thinking that next. Yeah,
right?
that's good.
Right. Um, Obviously, I say underwear is number three. Fourth, maybe if you wear
Oh, you're gonna get rid of
a
the
hat.
hat?
No,
No.
you know what? Actually, no. I would. No,
That's
no,
hard.
no.
Yeah, right?
Maybe sleeves. Maybe
Sleeves.
sleeves. Right?
Yeah.
If you could fucking, I don't know. This would be hard
Yeah.
because I could barely get through collars trying to rip my shirt. Right? Sometimes, right? Like if it's a thick knit, if it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking GSM 500
Yeah, exactly.
fucking 750 GSM kind of shit. Maybe I am not getting through that.
Yeah.
You got the pre-cut the neck.
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
maybe on the seam, maybe the seam is a little weaker. I don't know, but I've never had to go
Maybe
that. I
maybe
never had
what
to
maybe
go
what
that.
you have to do from now on is on all your t-shirts you got to cut a little slit like somewhere in the
Yeah,
back or on the
It's-
side somewhere as an
or
emergency.
armpit,
Yeah.
an armpit.
Yeah.
But then they think you're fucking think fucking melted the hem. You know. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'd say sleeves is number 4.
Yeah.
And everything after that, if you have exhausted all those things, I'm sorry, man. Like, I just wipe with my hand and just wash my hands. And, like,
Ah,
just
dude.
don't touch. Don't touch anything with this right hand. Like you can drive, drive or like open doors. Like
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
touch this hand.
yeah.
It's covered in shit. Covered.
It's fair warning,
All
people.
shit.
Fair warning,
It
people.
stinks. You're gonna get the stink palm, man. Fucking back the fuck
Fuck,
up,
dude.
man.
So, are we talking about like out in the woods? Are we talking about out in public somewhere? Like, where are we talking?
I'd say like out. I'd say honestly, like out in public.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because in the woods you can
yeah.
grab leaves. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Unless
yeah.
you're a pocketless, shirt sleeveless, fucking underless motherfucker, and then the last thing you pick up is a leaf. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I
What?
could have used this
Yeah.
leaf.
See, the only thing is though, like like in the woods, right? If you pick up the wrong leaf, like for
Yeah,
example, Michelle is she's allergic to a couple of different trees.
yeah,
So I don't know how it would react. Maybe she get the red eye of fucking doom,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
From that wipe.
yeah,
So I know for a fact, and I've used this before, that moss that you find
yeah,
on like rocks and stuff like you
yeah,
can
yeah,
use
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's actually what they used to use like predominantly in like
So weird because it's almost
yeah,
like you're rubbing more shit onto your shit.
it's clean. It's actually fucking
Yeah,
clean because so moss contains like small traces of iodine,
yeah.
which actually disinfects your butthole a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, it's like it also holds moisture, so it's like wiping with a wet one. But
Yeah,
you just get the green part of it. Like you don't get like the muddy brown gross stuff. You just
yeah,
rip
yeah,
the top layer of it and then you're good. And I've done it before, and it's
yeah,
the thought of it is like, oh my god, this is disgusting.
yeah.
The feel of it is much better than you think. You're gonna be like, you would if you've done it, you'd be like, this is actually better than toilet paper
Dude,
because
I'm gonna find
because it's
moss.
wet. Yeah, it's wet, it's moist,
Yeah,
and it's soft. It's not hard at all. It's like it has like a little I don't and it contains iodine, so like it helps to like clean the area better.
yeah.
So I mean, and this is coming from first hand experience.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
I've been out in the bush and fucking had to do
Yeah,
that shit.
exactly. Yeah. And on that note, we're gonna
And that note,
say Crapper's Delight. Have a good
crappers delay.
night. And don't
Yes.
forget your fucking booty wipes.
Peace.
Peace.